I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this here, please.
This is a beautiful house, my man. How many square feet is this?
A little bit over 20,000 square feet. 3 or 4 levels.
Money Mayweather, seems appropriate that you would be living in Vegas.
My mentality is always about, working smarter, not harder.
There was a time when Floyd Money Mayweather represented the peak of boxing dominance and extravagant wealth. The undefeated superstar who turned punches into paydays and built a lifestyle around victory and luxury. But now new reports are raising serious questions about whether that financial kingdom is as solid as it looks. Prominent sports commentator Stephen A. Smith has publicly cast doubt on the strength of Mayweather's business foundation. Is the legendary champion stepping into the most dangerous fight of his life? Not in the ring, but with his finances? Today, we're diving deep into the controversy surrounding the reported $42 million situation that has the boxing community buzzing.
The $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we are on ESPN. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. It's close to $15 million. You're right. It's close to $15 million.
And you don't drive them.
No.
For years, Floyd Mayweather built his public image around one core message: unmatched earnings. He repeatedly promoted himself as the top-earning athlete in sports, proudly highlighting massive 9-figure fight nights whenever he dominated the news cycle. According to his own claims, stepping into the ring didn't just mean competition. It meant walking away with $100 million or more every time the spotlight hit.
Yes, she did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
But now, a well-known figure from the combat sports scene is challenging that long-standing story. Former UFC title challenger and outspoken analyst Chael Sonnen has stepped in with a bold counterclaim, arguing that the image of endless 9-figure payouts may not be as real as fans were led to believe. He describes it as one of the most effective hype machines in sports promotion, suggesting those headline-grabbing paydays could be more about perception than actual cash, a carefully crafted illusion rather than guaranteed reality.
Coined this phrase, fake news.
Yeah.
Why is he saying that? What does that even mean? You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. People were dressed up as empty seats, and I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there, and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much full. There's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the check.
So even as Mayweather showcased luxury watches, private planes, and supposed account screenshots, Sonnen argues that solid financial documentation was never clearly confirmed. According to him, there were no officially released statements from networks, no independent audits, no neutral verification. Only eye-catching media reports and bold claims dominating the news cycle.
Whoever puts that press release and sends it out, never has a company that's publicly traded had an executive back those numbers. They're all lies.
And that leads to a harsh, unavoidable question. Was Mayweather's financial dynasty built on real deposited earnings, or on promotion, bravado, and master-level image control? Sonnen isn't the only one raising eyebrows. A series of legal disputes, reports of outstanding luxury purchases, and a lawsuit tied to a controversial crypto project have added more pressure to the polished money persona, making the brand look less airtight than before. For years, Mayweather represented unbeatable wealth in the boxing world. a fighter who didn't just win bouts, but transformed extravagance into his personal trademark, turning his nickname into a full-blown identity. Yet beyond the private flights and headline-grabbing spending habits, signs of strain are beginning to surface, and they're appearing quicker than most fans anticipated. Rumors about serious financial trouble are growing louder, even if few are willing to say it directly, aside from some of his former opponents. One of them, Oscar de la Hoya, once a fierce rival and later a public defender, recently acknowledged that the situation unfolding around Mayweather can no longer be easily dismissed.
But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
When those remarks come from a veteran promoter who understands both the fight game and the financial machinery behind it, they land with unusual weight. De La Hoya's tone didn't come across as simple criticism. It sounded more like a eulogy for a fading fortune. Between the legal disputes over high-end jewelry, whispers about asset pressure, and a growing schedule filled with exhibition appearances, critics argue these are warning lights that the so-called billion-dollar fortress may not be as secure as fans once assumed. And when a former arch-rival shifts from trash talk to concern, that change in posture says more than any flashy earnings claim ever could. But the twist is, Mayweather didn't just sit back and accept that narrative. While De La Hoya spoke publicly with a sympathetic edge, Floyd pushed back by reminding everyone of their shared business past. He's repeatedly suggested that when it comes to finances and loyalty, the history between them isn't exactly spotless on the other side either, hinting that the behind-the-scenes dealings were far more complicated than the public ever saw.
We helped build this guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar De La Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar De La Hoya do? I'm sorry, Miss Disloyal Oscar De La Hoya do? He take him right over to HBO and cut a deal with HBO. And when he cut the deal, he got money, but I bet Canelo didn't see none. But these are the things that people don't know about in a sport of boxing.
For someone whose entire public image was built on displaying extreme wealth, this goes far beyond past fights or old promotional disputes. Mayweather has been pointing toward a deeper pattern, suggesting that boxing's business side has long been filled with quiet arrangements, undisclosed payments, and backroom financial maneuvering. Now, critics claim similar patterns are appearing in today's headlines through court cases, disputed bills, and reports of discrete asset sell-offs. And it's not only analysts or retired legends questioning the strength of his financial structure. Boxers from his own era, including men who actually stepped into the ring with him, have begun speaking more openly. One of them, Logan Paul, who faced Mayweather in a high-profile exhibition, has publicly claimed he's still waiting on a portion of the money he expected to receive, saying the promised payout somehow never fully arrived. His public comments made it clear he's not treating the issue lightly and isn't softening his stance.
No, I got paid. I got paid. Just not in full. Like a couple million somehow that is just missing. Where did the money go? Floyd said he could afford a Jeff Bezos-sized jet from the money he made from that fight. I ain't got no jet. Fuck, dude. I'm missing a couple mil. We're gonna find it, bro. I'll see you in court. The artist happened. Just like, mark my words, we're coming for you, Floyd. We're coming for your millions and the last of your change.
A legal battle over missing millions has now become another fracture in the carefully crafted money image. What was promoted as a flashy exhibition spectacle reportedly turned into a drawn-out chase for payment. And Logan Paul isn't the only figure suggesting that the figures tied to Floyd's fortune may not line up as cleanly as advertised. When fighters start turning to the courts just to collect what they believe they're owed, it naturally fuels speculation. Is the once mighty financial machine starting to lose power? Still, as the lawsuit moved ahead with claims that the full purse from their exhibition bout was never delivered, Mayweather didn't retreat from the spotlight. True to his usual style, he pushed back publicly, redirecting responsibility toward the business side of the deal and minimizing the controversy, treating the entire dispute as if it were insignificant compared to the bigger picture of his career and brand. Mayweather brushed off the lawsuit with his usual cool confidence, describing it as standard business friction. Nothing unusual, nothing serious. But the moment it surfaced, raised eyebrows. With reports of unsettled payments to opponents, legal action from luxury vendors, and talk of quiet asset liquidations, the once rock-solid money image appears to be under strain from multiple sides. No amount of polished public messaging can completely silence a growing line of people claiming they're still owed their share. Logan Paul's public frustration also exposed a side of the fight business most viewers rarely hear about. According to multiple insiders, Mayweather's earning strategy didn't stop at winning bouts. He was deeply involved in the revenue streams surrounding each event. One frequently discussed tactic involved buying large blocks of tickets before general release and later reselling them at premium prices, a move that turned major fight nights into additional profit engines beyond the purse itself.
Right away, just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when a table is turned. You know, look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the table is turned, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
On the surface, even Logan acknowledged that the tactics themselves weren't illegal or even uncommon for a fighter managing their own promotions. In other words, it was just part of the game. But the deeper issue, according to him, wasn't about reselling tickets or maximizing profits. The real concern lay in how investors were kept in the shadows, with millions of dollars reportedly disappearing once the tickets had been sold, leaving key backers questioning. The clever business maneuver has gradually unraveled into a series of accusations, broken promises, unpaid returns, and now full-blown legal disputes. Logan's account highlights a troubling pattern that's increasingly difficult to ignore. A growing roster of fighters, investors, and collaborators who claim they're still waiting for their share from Mayweather. While the public continues to see Floyd surrounded by private jets, luxury shopping sprees, and the trappings of untouchable wealth, the foundation of his so-called financial empire is starting to show serious cracks. And this time, the scrutiny isn't coming from reporters or disgruntled promoters. It's coming directly from those who faced him in the ring. Logan Paul, who participated in one of the decade's most watched exhibition bouts against Mayweather, revealed that the fight's most contentious moments didn't happen under the bright lights of the arena. They began once the cameras stopped rolling, as the promised payout remains mysteriously unpaid. With this particular statements hit the headlines, the carefully crafted image of Mayweather's untouchable fortune began to show serious cracks. This wasn't a distant critic or a longtime rival murmuring from the sidelines. This was someone who had shared the ring, signed the same contracts, and walked the same path. Even now, Floyd Mayweather, ever confident and unapologetically flaunting his luxurious lifestyle, continues to assert that public perception doesn't define his success. His words act as a stark reminder of the fortune he has amassed and the empire he's meticulously built, blending championship skill with sharp business savvy.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, we're taking it to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
See you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison.
These declarations go beyond mere bragging. They underscore that, despite hurdles both inside and outside the ring, Mayweather has maintained his position as a financial powerhouse. His lifestyle continues to draw admiration and envy from sports fans and outsiders alike. Yet even as Floyd keeps thriving financially and remains a dominant figure in boxing, not everyone applauds his recent moves. Critics, including Stephen A. Smith, have openly questioned his choice to participate in exhibition bouts against unconventional opponents, most notably the high-profile clash with Logan Paul. From Smith's perspective, stepping into the ring with non-traditional fighters risks tarnishing Floyd's legendary reputation, potentially devaluing the accomplishments that built his career. To him, These decisions reflect a pursuit of profit over preserving legacy.
When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
While Smith concedes that Floyd's ability to rake in cash is unparalleled, he takes issue with the attention given to bouts that don't truly display boxing skill. In his eyes, exhibition fights against personalities like Logan Paul, who lack genuine ring experience, risk tarnishing Mayweather's legendary reputation and undermining the sport itself. Smith argues that Floyd has already proven everything in the squared circle and should be safeguarding his legacy, rather than chasing headline-making matches that add spectacle but little to his historical standing. They say the higher you rise, the harder you fall. And behind the public curtain, Floyd Mayweather's stumble may already be underway. The man once famous for counting stacks of cash on camera, throwing money around like confetti, now faces mounting lawsuits, lingering debts, and murmurs of a financial empire under pressure from within. For years, he portrayed himself as untouchable, the pay-per-view king, a master of luxury, the fighter who turned boxing into a billion-dollar spectacle. But what if much of that fortune was never as solid as it appeared? What if the private jets, diamond chains, and flashy bank statements were all part of an elaborate financial mirage, the most convincing illusion the fight world has ever witnessed?
Man, and it's crazy, but it's happening. Yeah, 50 Cent is pretty much exposing the fact that Floyd Mayweather is having issues, but it was not 50 that started it. It was actually Business Insider.
They got Floyd here. It says Floyd Mayweather is stepping into Manhattan's multi-family ring in a big way. The retired boxer has gone into a contract to pay $420 million for a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio with more than 60 buildings, according to sources familiar to the deal. Josh Gotti of Black Spruce Management is the seller, and Black Spruce Magazine declined comment. It says also here that the investor partnered with Maynard Orchard on a $1.8 billion deal for 1,766 units spanning 6 rental buildings and in acquisition of the American Cooper Building, twin luxury towers in Murray Hills with the view of the East River.
The $42 million controversy isn't just another flashy headline. It's a red flag. Behind the designer suits, luxury cars, and perfectly curated Instagram posts, cracks are forming in the image of Floyd's supposed fortune. This time, no amount of PR polish can shield the money brand from serious financial trouble. And if you think the $42 million story is the finale, think again. The deeper you dig, the more troubling the picture becomes. Beneath the Instagram filters and private jet photo ops, the real Floyd may be grappling with the consequences of his own ego. A man so focused on looking wealthy that he neglected to secure lasting wealth. When a figure like Stephen A. Smith begins publicly questioning your finances, it's no longer just critics or jealous voices. It's a clear warning that the walls may be closing in. Mayweather didn't just sell fights. He sold the fantasy of untouchable riches. But strip away the flashy watches, the staged bank slips, and the social media bravado, and what remains is a man racing against time, luck, and, judging by the mounting lawsuits, dwindling money. The $42 million scandal might not just be a poor business decision. It could mark the beginning of the end for the myth of Money Mayweather. Oh, what's your take? Is Floyd's financial empire finally crumbling? Or has he been running the ultimate con on the world all along? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.